Hi, welcome to my channel, To and Fo. Today we're going to do whatever comes out. So whatever messages Spirit has for the collective. All right, let's get started. All right, Spirit. What messages do you have for the collective tonight? What messages do you have for the collective tonight, Spirit? What messages do you have for the collective tonight, Spirit? We have Four of Pentacles. That was our first card. The Hermit. One more, please, Spirit. What messages do you have for the collective today? One more, please. The Star. Okay. The bottom of the deck, we have the Three of Wands, the Fool, and the Lovers. These are all reversed. Nine of Wands. Yeah, I'm getting this an energy of holding back. Sort of being withdrawn, isolating, keeping to themselves, and healing. Fool, Three of Wands. Something about looking towards the future, being optimistic, wanting to take a leap of faith. This might be a love reading. Okay, let's see. Let's clarify the Four of Pentacles, please, Spirit. Two cards. We have Five of Pentacles. Clarify the Four of Pentacles. One more, please. One more card, please, Spirit. Four of Pentacles. And the Sun. Clarify the Hermit, please. Whoops. Clarify the Hermit, please. And Two of Wands. One more. We have Temperance. Clarify the Star. Major Arcana. I believe that's a Major Arcana for Aquarius, right? And we also have Virgo. We have Earth energy here. Leo. All right, for the Star, we have Queen of Pentacles. Oop. And we have three cards here. We'll take them. We have Judgment. Oh, and the Wheel of Fortune. It's two major arcanas. And we have here Ten of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Eight of Swords, Eight of Pentacles. 8, 8. Okay. All right, so let's start with the Four of Pentacles. I'm getting this energy of holding back. I feel like this is a reading for a divine feminine. This is a reading that is focused on you, divine feminine. So, it's something about holding back, preserving your energy, preserving your light. I'm even hearing the word replenish. Like there's a need to replenish yourself, replenish your light after having lost something. But I'm really getting with the sun here and these pentacles, it's really more so talking about like your energy, divine feminine. Like it's very important for you to like be careful about who you associate with. You know, I'm getting, you know, be careful of energy vampires. You know, people that will just, you know, use you up and then leave you out in the cold. So it's very important for you to sort of be stingy about your energy, about your light. This also could have something to do with pentacles. I am seeing quite a few pentacles here. So, because we have the 10 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So, let's also be careful about lending money. But I think with the sun, I'm leaning more towards like, be careful about lending your energy. Like who you lend your energy to. Because they, you can end up, you know, being drained. Because this is also could be, I think on this 5 of Pentacles, this could also be like spiritual poverty as well as financial poverty. So in terms of spiritual poverty, yeah, so I think of more like your energy, your light. Like really, I'm getting a message of like, make sure to protect yourself, protect your energy. Then we have here the Hermit card. So there's more of this energy of being withdrawn, isolating. Well, not necessarily isolating, because isolating can be, you know, a bit like that's the Hermit card and more of like a negative context. So I would say more so withdrawn, you know, keeping to yourself. And I'm even hearing like finding that light within yourself. This is finding that light within yourself will help you align. I'm hearing like align with your purpose, align with your your divine, your divinity. I even see with this Two of Wands, like I feel like divine feminine, you have a calling. So it's important for you to protect your energy because you're needing to prepare for this. You're needing to, get yourself in a position for this calling of yours. So, yeah, going within, like I said, going within, protecting your light, protecting your energy. This is important so that you may align with a divine calling. And I'm getting a lot of this energy of like, because temperance could also be like tempering yourself, could be about patience. So I'm getting a lot of this energy of like pausing, kind of holding yourself back for a sec just to, sort of like, I don't know, like gather yourself in a way, protect yourself. Then we have here the star, which is healing, a healing energy. So I do feel like that aligns with this energy of sort of pausing, keeping to yourself, protecting your energy in preparation. So you're a divine feminine that is needing to heal at this time. And that is being clarified by the Queen of Pentacles, Judgment, and the Wheel of Fortune. I feel with this energy that your healing process, like this process is so important. It's vital. And it's necessary for your success. So I feel like this is you. You're the Queen of Pentacles. I'm even getting, because now that I'm looking, I am starting to see the Pentacles now more so. So we have here Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles can be an energy also of like, especially since it's being clarified by this Five of Pentacles, it can be an energy of having a lack mindset, an impoverished mindset. Maybe you have divine feminine, you may have experienced some loss financially. And I'm even hearing maybe due to a lack of focus. Maybe not recognizing who you are, this divine feminine. You weren't like living up to your absolute highest potential before. But as you heal and as you go within and you find that light within yourself and you start to recognize who you are, a divine feminine, and you start to position yourself to prepare for your calling, right? We have this Two of Wands here. And it's like after after, you know, once you heal and you've awakened, I mean, we have here the Wheel of Fortune and Queen of Pentacles. It's like I'm hearing sky's the limit. This is you, Divine Feminine, this Queen of Pentacles. Like, you're going to have such good luck. Things are going to start working in your favor. You know, if you experience like bad luck before, I believe that once you've awakened, once you've healed, you're going to be transitioning into this energy where I'm hearing all you do is win. All you do is win. So you're going to be, you know, things are going to start working in your favor. You're going to be this Queen of Pentacles. You know, you're going to be fortunate. You're going to be abundant. You know, living a more luxurious life, living the life that you want, a life that you desire, whatever you want. You know, after you've done this inner work, once you realize who you are, you're going to you know, have the life you're gonna be able to have the life you want, be able to manifest the life that you want. Like I said, be more abundant, luxurious, independent, fulfilled. You're gonna have this Ten of Pentacles. And you may very well call in a divine masculine that also has done the inner work. They've healed. They found their light within themselves. You know, you could very well be positioning yourself to also be, you know, if this is what you want, you can call in a divine masculine and you build an empire. You know, you have this family, leave a legacy behind. You have this Ten of Pentacles. But I feel like you can have this Ten of Pentacles either way, be it whether you have it on your own or you call you know, through your energy, you're calling in a masculine that is going to match your energy, and you guys have this Ten of Pentacles together. Okay, wow. That's a beautiful energy. All right, I'm going to close out the reading with 3 cards. Spirit, please close this reading out with 3 cards, please, Spirit. Please close this reading out with 3 cards. Close this reading out with 3 cards, Spirit. Close this reading out with 3 cards, please. You have 7 of Swords. Okay. Two more. We have the Magician. Oh, wow. And we have the World. At the bottom of the deck, we have the 8 of Cups. So, Yeah. So, as I was saying before, how important it is to preserve your energy, to kind of like keep to yourself. Make sure you protect yourself from like energy vampires. So, I feel like that's what this Eight of Cups is that's you walking away from people, places, and things that no longer serve you. We have here the Seven of Swords. Now, I feel like this could be twofold. This Seven of Swords could very well, if you know, prior to this awakening, if you felt like your life was, you know, difficult, full of karmic lessons, you know, maybe you were in this sort of lack mindset. I feel like this Seven of Swords could be like that was you self-sabotaging yourself before. But this is something that you're putting behind you now. Also, I was seeing the Seven of Swords in a more positive context. And the reason being is because it is coming out, we're closing out the reading with the Seven of Swords, the Magician, and the World. So in a more positive sense, the Seven of Swords could mean that this is now you being more resourceful, more strategic. And that would very well be the case here if you're, you know, obviously protecting yourself, keeping to yourself. That's part of, you know, a strategy. So I feel that you're like, sometimes when I see the Seven of Swords, I feel that this is an energy of looking out for yourself, choosing yourself. So in this context, like I said, with the Magician and the World, I feel like this Seven of Swords is very much a positive energy. So we have here the Magician. I was definitely feeling this energy when I was discussing this Wheel of Fortune, Queen of Pentacles, and the Judgment. And, you know, also here with the Temperance about, you know, you having a divine calling. I feel like you're transitioning from this energy here where it's a very like lack mindset. And, you know, and I was saying here when I had this Wheel of Fortune and Queen of Pentacles, I was saying all you do is win, right? And this is like what you're manifesting. You're realizing who you are, that you are a divine feminine that is a master manifester. You know, I also feel like with the Magician, it's like because you're a divine feminine, it's like you partnering with spirit, you partnering with the divine, and really, like I said, like being strategic, being resourceful, putting forth the energy, the work, whatever it is that you need to, and calling in the very things that you want, you know, the fortunes, the good luck, the abundance. So we have here the World, which is perfect, a perfect note to end on, right? We're closing out old cycles. Walking away from people, places, and things that no longer serves us. Saying no to repeating cycles. So you're closing the door on that. This is a new you, right? You're new, awakened, aware of your divinity, awakened and aware of what you're capable of. You're capable of so much more, and you're deserving, divine feminine. You're deserving of so much more. And you know this. You've awakened to this. So this is you with closing out cycles and turning a new leaf. So that's beautiful, divine feminine. All right. I'm going to close out the reading on that note. And I want to thank you for tuning in, and I will see you in the next one. All right. Bye.